Hey Saints, welcome back to another episode. For today, we are diving into an incredible episode and an incredible question, which is how was the Catholic Bible compiled? This is definitely going to be an interesting episode, so let's go. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Jesus Bull Bible Studies. This is definitely going to be an interesting Bible study because we are diving into the Catholic faith. I personally want to know a lot more about the Catholic faith because I've seen a lot more people with the Catholic propaganda, and so I want to make sure that I have done my due diligence in studying, and I'm inviting all of you in studying the Catholic faith a lot deeper as well, because we all know, okay, they pray to Mary, they do all these things, but we have to pierce back the veil, and we have to also go back into history to see whether or not our stances are indeed correct. And if you do feel like your stances are correct, to also have a strong foundation in knowledge so that you can defend your faith as to why you're not a Catholic believer. And so a lot of people wondered, what is the Catholic Bible? Why do they have a separate Bible? Do they even have a separate Bible? Those are all valid questions. So first things first, the Catholic Bible is a collection of 73 books. So it's different from the mainstream Bible, which has 66 books. So of the Catholic Bible, the 73 books were compiled of 46 in the Old Testament and 27 in the New Testament. These books were all written at once. They were written over hundreds of years by prophets, apostles, and early Christians. So the early church leaders have compiled these specific books. And of course, the Catholic Church was the first official church founded in the Roman Empire. Apart from debates on the apostles, what did they do? So there is debate on that. It's a very controversial topic, but at the same time, we are gonna start diving into all of these debates so that it's easier for you to defend your faith. But as Christianity grew, different churches were reading different writings. Some were widely trusted and some were debated. So the early church used certain books in worship because they were just known for accurate and reliable information, as well as how to approach the Lord. Insert, for example, the Zabor, which is the Psalms of David. These are scriptures and texts that are indeed very much relevant towards worship and how to approach the Lord and how do you go about your grievances and all of those things, which is also what we see what the early Christians were doing. The early Christians were using the Zabor to worship the Lord. And so over time, church leaders had to answer the big question, which is which books were truly inspired by the Holy Spirit, by the Lord, and which books were inspired by men, which is flesh, and the Pharisees, and of course all of the controversies that were already going on in the time of Jesus and thereafter, even before they were killing the prophets. Like it was a lot, right? So they had to have the process of canonization, which is also another episode which I have uploaded on my channel, or I will upload it. It should be up by now, not too sure. Forgive me if it's not up, but it will be coming out soon. The process of canonization is definitely very interesting for you as a Christian to know on whether or not you are going to start diving into other books like the books of Enoch, Mary Magdalene. There's a lot of lost, quote unquote, lost books. So you have to understand the process of canonization for you to be able to defend why you would or would not read it. I personally do believe that you are allowed to read it, but I do strongly believe that the 66 books are the foundational principles that we should hold by because they are the full revelation of the Lord. And those other books, you can learn from it in the same way that if I were to write a book today, I am a writer, so I do write books, but at the same time, it is not necessarily coming from it is coming from the Holy Spirit because it's